You know, there are those times where you cannot get a particular meal or food out of your head and you just dream about it. Well, that's been me over the last week or so. I keep thinking about paratha. So paratha is a Trinidadian flatbread. It's flaky, it's delicious, and I love making it. So I've been thinking though about making a cheese one, you know, stuffing it with cheese, and I don't even know if it would still be called a paratha, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So I've made the dough, which is a lovely soft dough, such a nice one to work with. And it just needs resting. It doesn't need to rise because it's not got any yeast in it. Oh, incidentally, a great kitchen hack is to use a shower cap to cover your dough when it's rising or resting, and actually even any other food. They are so cheap and they are easily washable and reusable, and they are also really the perfect size for a big bowl. Sorry, getting back to the paratha. This is for the filling now. So most people, when they're making this, use a different type of fat. I have always used butter. I prefer the flavour of it. I think it makes it a softer, flakier bread, and it's also a better ingredient. Normally I just make sure it's softened with a little bit of light olive oil, but for this time I have melted it and added a couple of garlic cloves and some dried parsley, and that then will get brushed on to the paratha before it's then rolled up. And you can see what a soft dough this is. It's so easy to work with. And I've just separating it into 8 bits, rolling those out, rolling them into balls, and before I then roll each one out. You want a disc that's about 8 inches, but it doesn't really matter as long as it's not too thick and it's got a roughly round shape. When you brush on the butter mixture, you can be quite liberal with it. You want plenty on there. And when that's on, a little sprinkling of flour. And then I've used mozzarella cheese. I think next time I'm going to try cheddar cheese. I think the flavour of that will be lovely. But the mozzarella did work well. I mean, it's cheese. It's always going to work well. And this is where the magic happens. So you make a slice only through a part of the circle, and then you roll it up in this way. You seal the bottom together by pushing it in, and then you push the whole thing down. So you just seal the bottom, And I'm just tucking some of that cheese in so it doesn't all spill out, but it didn't really matter. It did all stay in really well. Push it down, and that's it. This is it from a slightly different angle so you can see it a bit better. Rolling it out. And then brushing it with the butter, garlic, and parsley. A nice coating of cheese, and then cut through and roll up into like little triangles as you go round. So then you want to cover these well and leave them to rest for at least an hour, longer if possible, as it makes them even softer and lovelier. And then it's just rolling them all out. And don't worry about the filling coming out. It doesn't really tend to, and even if it does, it doesn't matter. But they just get rolled out to about a 9-inch disc again, as before, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on how evenly I've cut the dough. So you can use a frying pan. I have this crepe maker, which I don't actually really use for crepes. I use it all the time for flatbreads and various things like that, and it works so well. So not expensive as well, but I thought when I got it, it would be a gadgety thing. It's really not. I do use it, and it cooks really well. So the paratha goes on, and you want to cook each side for a couple of minutes, and then you'll want to brush the sides with just a little bit more butter. I didn't use the garlic butter for this, but you could do. I just used some plain butter. As you can see, it begins to puff up with air and is nice and golden brown on both sides. And that's really it. Just cook each one in the same way. Brush a little bit of oil if you need to onto your pan. Cook each one for a couple of minutes on each side, a minute and a half to 2 minutes on each side. And then to keep them warm, put them in some tin foil, cover them, and that makes them even softer while you're waiting to eat them. These actually turned out so well. They were delicious, really delicious. And so I definitely recommend them. If you do give it a go, then please let me know how yours turned out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our website where you'll find recipes like this one and many others. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.